Look around you. The concrete, the glass, the solid ground. It feels like the absolute limit of reality. But this physical world is merely the densest, lowest floor of a massive, multidimensional skyscraper. This model illustrates planes, subtle states of matter and consciousness that coexist alongside us. If the solid center is our physical reality, these overlapping layers represent dimensions we inhabit simultaneously. These aren't faraway galaxies. They occupy the exact same space we do. Their matter simply vibrates at frequencies our physical eyes cannot detect, passing straight through solid objects as if they weren't there. We interact with these invisible layers every day. Every surge of emotion and every complex thought generates energy that manifests directly into these higher frequencies, though we rarely notice the ripples we're causing. To understand what happens to consciousness after the physical body shuts down, we have to map the two most critical rungs on the soul's evolutionary ladder, the astral and causal planes. In the late 19th century, while mainstream society focused on categorizing the physical world, a secret faction of investigators attempted to map the invisible world with the same clinical rigor. The founders of Theosophy treated the afterlife as an objective ecosystem, applying a systematic lens to regions previously left to religious imagination. Investigators like Annie Besant used clairvoyant research to chart these realms like naturalists documenting an unknown biome, establishing a strict taxonomy for everything they saw. This Victorian framework provides a lens to track the human soul as it sheds its physical shell and ascends into the unknown. At death, consciousness detaches from the physical body and ultimately enters the immediate next layer of existence, the astral plane. Astral matter is a highly mutable substance. It responds instantly to human emotion and desire, physically warping and changing based on the feelings of whoever is present. This realm is divided into 7 distinct subplanes. Gravity here is determined by emotional density. Dark, dense regions shaped by cruelty sit at the bottom. The top subdivisions manifest as the summerlands, beautiful landscapes molded by selfless aspirations. The population is diverse, living people projecting in their sleep, the deceased working through earthly attachments, and non-human nature spirits. You also find artificial elementals. These are temporary entities created entirely by intense human emotions, like anger or love, taking on a life of their own until the initial emotional charge dissipates. The astral plane is ultimately a realm of shape-shifting illusions. To truly evolve, the soul must exhaust its earthly desires and completely shed this astral body to rise higher. Eventually, the evolving soul discards its astral shell entirely and enters the higher mental realm, the causal plane. This plane is characterized as arupa, or formless. It marks a shift where human sensory perception, sight, sound, and touch, no longer applies. Fluid dreamscapes are replaced by radiant geometry. Here, time and space collapse into an eternal now, where a soul's history exists at once. This is the enduring home of the reincarnating ego, storing karmic seeds that dictate all future physical destinies. Low vibration energies cannot exist at this frequency. Only enduring qualities like spiritual insight and unselfish love can imprint on this refined causal matter. The causal plane functions as an infallible architectural blueprint, housing the results of an individual's entire past, while determining the geometry of their future. The distinction is clear. The astral plane is a temporary forge for processing transient desires, while the causal plane synthesizes those lessons into permanent soul growth. These concepts are deeply rooted in ancient Eastern philosophy, specifically the Hindu concepts of the bliss sheath and karmic storage. Masters like Paramahansa Yogananda reframed human life as a structured evolutionary journey governed by specific, repeatable laws of spiritual progress. But the causal plane is merely the final stage of form-bound existence. It is not the ultimate finish line. The true goal of the soul's journey is to redeem enough karma to dissolve even the causal body. This allows consciousness to merge completely into the joyous, undifferentiated oneness of the cosmic ocean.